think we're good. I guess we will do a quick test run here. I don't know why it does this. We're good. I guess we will do... I think it's good. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. Why it does this. And once again, of course, I don't know why it says it's an unsupported resolution. I run into this problem every single time I stream. And, oh, maybe, I think I gotta do from the settings on here. What does it say? It says 1280 by 720. I think that's what fixed it. Possibly. I'm not quite sure. Oh. Make that bigger too. One momento. Okay, so that's weird. It's not even... It says the current resolution is 1092, but it's not. It's... frig. We might lose the stream. Bear with me. I just want to make sure this is good. $10.92. Oh, okay. Sweet. I think it might just take a minute to update. So, all right. Let's make sure we're good. I think we can hear. Oh. I'm gonna eventually start doing these a little bit differently. Excuse me. That was disgusting. So yeah. Let's see. I think it's F11. Full screen. That way I can see. Okay. What's up, everybody? I am Brandon. And welcome to my third vlog, 26 with Macular Degeneration. So the reason I decided to do a quick little video today is just because I've had some changes in the last couple days, and I wanted to share those changes with you guys and show you a couple other things. So this is gonna be a pretty quick video here. I noticed also I can't even check the name because it'll X out the. Can I? No, if I do that, it'll kill the whole stream. But it starts with the Z. I'm sorry. But thank you for subscribing. I just got a new subscriber. It's like Zoom saying something. I forgot. I'm sorry. But thank you for the for the ad, and also I think there was a couple comments on like one of my other videos. But before I get started here, obviously if you guys do have any questions regarding anything that has to do with like macular degeneration or like any eye problems or anything, I'm not a doctor obviously, but I guess I can share some of my experiences or, help in any way possible, which is pretty much the main reason I want to do these videos, is just to kind of, like I said, document everything and basically help other people that are going through this, because I'm part of a couple groups on Facebook, and recently, in the last couple weeks, I've seen that there have been many people post in the groups, basically requesting information because they are, anywhere between the ages of 24 and 28, 27-ish, and they just got diagnosed with macular degeneration. So, it seems to be, a very, a more common thing for younger people, which is very unfortunate, but I guess I have hopes, that there is going to be a cure, hopefully, someday soon, maybe in the next couple of years. I'm leaning towards stem cells. I believe it's probably going to be something to do with stem cells, possibly. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. And I don't know why there's so much condensation on this. This is kind of weird. I'll roll it around on the rug. So, anyways. So today I wanted to talk about a couple things. So I just got my last injection in my left eye, which is the eye, well, I guess we'll back up even before that. For anyone that's new here, I have wet macular degeneration in my left eye. I got diagnosed in February, and it literally just came out of nowhere, just like that. One day I noticed when I was actually using Ableton Live, which is from Music Production, there's a lot of grids, the time signatures and the grids, whatever. I noticed that there was like a slight squiggly line in my peripheral vision, but it didn't bother me, so I kind of ignored it, hoping it would go away, especially because like my whole life my doctors always told me to look out for eye things, and like I was almost like too afraid, and I didn't want to admit that I may have a problem. I let it go for like a week. It kind of went away, or maybe it was more so like my brain kind of blocked it out, but then out of nowhere, just boop, just like that. Actually, I was sitting on the toilet watching a video on my phone, and all of a sudden I noticed that like there was like a big spot in my vision, and yeah, that was it. So my right eye, I just have a retinal hemorrhage, which I believe was probably caused just by like blowing my nose or coughing very aggressively, because I've been battling like just a nasty sinus / respiratory infection the last couple months, so I'm sure that maybe had something to do with it. Again, closely monitoring everything, and I actually just got my first injection in my right eye 2 weeks ago, roughly 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks on Monday. And we decided to go with the injections in the right eye, just as a precautionary thing. It definitely has went down, like the size has gotten smaller, and I know retinal hemorrhages typically do absorb into the vitreous, which is extremely viscous, so it does take a long time, up to like 8 weeks plus. So they can potentially go away on their own, but just with everything going on, I kind of like, I'm worried about this eye. I want to protect it. So not that it might really protect it, but I guess the injections are just like a just in case type thing. So I did get an injection in my right eye, and I got my fifth injection in my left eye 2 weeks ago from yesterday. So I started off doing I'm getting Avastin, by the way. I know there's Avastin, Lucentis, and Eylea. I got Avastin. After the first injection, according to the scans, there was like a tremendous amount of improvement, and my doctor was very shocked, and kind of made me feel a little bit better. I still had the spot, but it kind of deteriorated, like it dissolved a little bit. I still have like a spot in the middle, which is probably going to be permanent, but it doesn't really affect me too much, especially with both eyes. But basically, we did the 4 weeks. We did 3 injections every 4 weeks. Everything looked stable, so we decided to jump to 5 weeks. Sure enough, so 5 weeks would have been, 2 weeks ago, Friday, the 21st of May. That would have been like my 5 week. Yeah, the 21st of May was my first 5 week injection. Well, yeah, the 21st was a Friday, and then the 20th, the day literally right before my injection, I got another bleed in my left eye that was right next to my center vision. Of course, I freaked out, ended up just going in for my appointment. Actually, no, I went in that day. I seen a different doctor who wasn't my retinal specialist. The thing that kind of sucks about the place I go to, there's 4 different doctors. And the original guy that I got referred to, he was supposed to do the injection, my first injection, but he had the flu on the date. So I just ended up, going with another doctor who was available that day. And, I've just been getting treated by him because he knows he's more familiar. So I stick with him. He knows what he's doing. He's very young. He's actually, I think, like close to my age probably, which could be a good, bad thing. I really don't know. But he's a very nice guy. I like him a lot, And he seems to know what he's doing, And, but I guess long story short, the other guy I was going to see, he's a lot older and, he's a lot more experienced. But the thing is, supposedly they all have different theories and different ways of doing things and treating everything. So the couple times I had like an emergency wasn't really necessarily emergency, but every time I had like a spot, my doctor wasn't there that day, so I had to see the other guy, and he just wasn't able to do anything anyways, just because he didn't know what was going on. But anyways, I'm rambling. So my first 5th week injection, 21st of May, the day before Thursday, the 20th, I got a new spot in my eye, of course. So I go in, get the injection, and you know, he tells me that everything looks stable, and that basically it's just another blood spot. You know, he said there's no abnormal blood vessels, which is great. There was no like fluid buildup. I guess literally it's just a blood spot, you know, and you know, supposedly they can just be caused by whatever. You know, I guess that's just, you know, the disease, you know, the thinning of the retina. I don't know. But anyways, and we started talking about my right eye, you know, because I've literally, I can't even keep track of how many times I've been to the doctor, the eye doctor in the last, like, couple months, but I think just this month I've been there, like, 6 or 7 times, and, yeah, my right eye, that's the hemorrhage, and I've been keeping a close eye on it, and basically when I went in for my injection for my left eye, he scanned the right eye, and there wasn't like a crazy noticeable like difference, but he said it did change slightly. So we originally, the first time I went in for my right eye, we said we're not going to do the injections because he said it would go away. So although it kind of has gone away a little bit, it's still there. I could still see it. You know, it's just it's a spot. I'll show you guys in a little bit what I'm seeing. But basically we pushed off the injection just because, you know, whatever. And then when I went in for my left eye, we talked, and I said, listen, I'm kind of nervous. You know, I want to protect my right eye. You know, would it hurt to do the injections instead of doing, you know, just every 4 weeks? Maybe we could do something different. And he was just like, yeah, you know what, let's do the injections just to be safe. As of right now, the plan is 3 injections, and then we're just going to let it go. So, yeah, so I'm just the way I am. Maybe there's some of you that have gotten both eyes done in the same day. You know, I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I could handle that, even though the injections aren't bad. It's just the fact of, like, the air bubbles and just the whole numbing. Like, the whole procedure itself is just, you know, and the aftermath sucks. So basically I'd rather just do 1 injection, you know, let it heal a couple of days and then get the other one, especially like in case there's an infection. I'd rather not get them in both eyes. So so yeah, anyways, then I ended up going in Monday, the 24th, I believe, or something like that, for the right eye. Got my first injection, whatever, and yeah, everything's kind of... Oh, that's right. So the day before the left eye, I got the new spot, which was slightly off-center. I'm going to show you guys on a piece of paper kind of what I'm seeing right now, just so if there's anyone else that has a similar problem, you can kind of compare. I know it's like very hard to describe and very hard to kind of get an exact, you know, view on this, just because everyone's eyes are different. But I'll kind of show you and give you kind of like a timeline here. So, anyways, the day before the injection, I got a new spot, and then the day after the injection, I noticed that there was like another tiny spot, just up in my peripheral vision. Again, I figured it was a blood spot. You know, that's what they usually are 99.9% of the time. So I kind of like let it go. Sunday, 2 days after the injection, I noticed that there was another spot. And here's the thing: when the spots first appear, especially if you get anxiety like I do, they seem extremely bad. Sometimes they'll even look purple or red, like a really light red. They'll kind of have like color, and they'll be very, very, like, everything will be like very distorted in that spot. For whatever reason that is, I don't know. But after it settles, you know, it kind of, you know, maybe it's just because it gets darker, I don't know. But I don't want to say it doesn't seem as bad, but it's not as, like, noticeable. I don't really know, but regardless, Sunday I got another spot, and I'm like, you know what, that one actually seemed like a lot, you know, like I noticed that one right away. So I called the doctor and I talked to a different guy because he wasn't, you know, my guy wasn't on call, and he mentioned that the medicine might not be working. He said it's not normal to do that after a couple injections. So I guess long story short, he offered to take a look at my eye. I said, you know, I'm going to wait until I see my eye doctor tomorrow. So I seen my retinal specialist that Monday, and he looked at everything and said everything seems stable. He said there were just a couple blood spots, you know, and he said it was really nothing to worry about. You know, the medicine is what should be clearing those up. So I trust him, but you know, also it kind of, at least in my head, it seems really weird to be getting all these, you know, bleeds over and over again. I you know, they've cleared up. You know, I've had spots that are completely gone, so I do know that they do clear up. It just takes a while, but it just, you know, I guess my whole thing is when I got an appointment on Monday, which I'll get into in a minute, but I'm looking to maybe switching medications, you know, maybe getting Lucentis or something. I've had a couple people tell me that was better. They've had better luck with that, but regardless, that, you know, I had the 2 spots. It kind of, all right, everything was going good, and then yesterday, of course, the 2 spots up in the top, you know, out of nowhere, I was looking at my computer screen, and all of a sudden, it kind of like, it looked like it was basically like 2 little spots, and it looked like they basically morphed together and kind of stretched out, got a little bit bigger. So the 2 that I was seeing, I can't see anymore, but now I see one big one. And so of course, you know, I freaked out and I called my doctor, and it just so happened to be Friday. It was at like 4, like right before 4 o'clock. I think they close at 4:30. It's a half-hour drive for me, so it just, you know, wouldn't have been possible for me to make it there. Plus, I had my son. So, anyways, I talked to him, and basically, I have an appointment Monday. So, what I am going to show you just a little like timeline here. So, hopefully, this isn't obviously an actual Amsler grid, but we'll pretend this is the Amsler grid. So the Amsler grid is a bunch of, you know, it's literally just a grid of all squares that you look at the center dot and you should be able to see around it, and if you have any spots, they'll show up on the grid. You know, you can see distortions. So the first, alright, when I looked at this is weird. So when I look at the grid with my left eye, I cannot see, if I stare at the center, I do not see that center black dot. Okay, and then when I look at this, actually, let me map this for you real quick. See, of course, now it's like, I don't know. Well, actually, yeah, this will make sense. So, backwards. Okay, so this is how it was. Actually, and then I had a really faint one. I've had a real faint one, like way up here. It's very not noticeable. It's super faint. I think it's pretty much almost gone, maybe. And if it is there, it doesn't bother me anyways. So, anyways, when I look at the grid, I got a spot right over here. That's the one that happened before my appointment. Yeah, on the 20th. So the 20th, I got that spot. Now, truthfully, I don't remember, like back in February when this first happened, I don't remember anything. Like, I don't remember what the spot looked like. I don't remember any of that stuff. Must be just like my brain blocking it out, maybe because it was so traumatic, and it just kind of like, it all happened so fast, like I didn't have time to think, or I didn't even know what to do. But now I'm documenting everything, you know, so yeah, this was the 20th. So then on the 22nd, I'm just going to draw that little slash, because that's kind of what it looks like in the middle for me. It's just like a little slash. So it's like a blank spot. So 22nd, yep, I got the spot there. The one up here. And then, so the day after the injection, I noticed one up in the other. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I see. This makes sense. Wow, this is weird. So yeah, I noticed one. This is the one before. This is the one I kind of had. And this is the one that appeared the day before. Again, it was kind of faint, so I let it go. And then the 23rd. Something like that. So this one kind of either moved or disappeared and I had two that were right there. So I got the blind spot in the middle. I got this little spot over here that, is kind of starting to fade. I can kind of start to see through it. And then there's these two up here. And again, those two were just, they didn't really bother me too much. Yeah, it just kind of, it was what it was. It is what it is, I guess. And, I always check it at least a couple times a day. Try not to dwell on it. But so fast forward a little bit. So yesterday, those two spots basically turned into I guess that's going to be my best representation of it. See, it's hard to see on this paper because it's not like an actual grid. So when I look at white, like a piece of paper, doesn't really, I can't tell, I can't see the spots, if that makes sense. When I look at my computer screen, I kind of when I blink real fast, but basically those two spots turned into this. So yeah, that's what I got right now. When I look at this with my left eye, when I blink, basically you could just imagine something like this. And obviously they're not pitch black, but they, they're there. You can definitely when I blink, I notice them. So yeah, that's that's that. And then to kind of show you as well. Now this is kind of, I don't remember the exact dates. I have it in my phone, but this is what the retinal hemorrhage kind of was. And now this is a little bit different, just because it's not the same exact type of bleed, and it's in a different area, I believe. So it shows up differently in my vision. But when it first happened, I had a spot that looked exactly like a jellyfish in the lower corner, kind of right in that quadrant. And it eventually dissipated, and pretty much turned into that. And yeah, that's pretty much right now. It's hard to tell, but it went from that, and I think right now it's kind of almost longer and skinnier, kind of. It's some days it's it's up and down all around, whatever. But yeah, that's that's basically that. And so it started off like this when it first happened, and then without injections after a couple weeks, it kind of went down to that, and then kind of almost got a little worse. So yeah, that one, I guess we'll see what happens. It's very nerve-wracking, obviously. So yeah, I mean, just to kind of give you an idea, that's right now I'm still able to drive. The cool thing is, our bodies adapt. Our brains can, this is actually something really cool. If you go, I can't pull it up now, but there's something called the blind spot test, and everybody's got a blind spot, which is kind of in your peripheral vision, but it's super cool. And basically, if you were to look at let's just say you looked at this, I think the way they do it. They do a plus and a circle, and basically what you do, so the plus is on my left side, so what I would do is close my right eye, look at the plus, and then slowly bring the paper in, and essentially there's a point where the black dot disappears, and then you get closer and then it comes back. So that is your blind spot, basically. And it's crazy because, when you're back here, obviously you should be able to see it. I could see my finger here, and then when you move in, for me, right there it disappears. And it's funny because if I put my finger here, I cannot see it. And then when I go closer, my finger kind of appears. So, really weird. And then with the left eye, I had to adjust my eye. You can look at the black, well, that ain't gonna really work that well, but I look at the black circle, and then you see the plus, then you move it closer, then the plus disappears. But the thing is, I guess the point I brought that up, when the spot disappears, your brain fills in what should be there. So like the background, if you go online and type in like blind spot test, it'll have like a green background, a red background, it'll do different things, and your brain actually fills in the empty space, which is really cool. So when that spot disappears, you'll actually see like the background in your head, basically. So with all this, spots and stuff, your brain kind of, in a way, tries to guess at like what's there. So when you use both eyes, you can still see stuff, and I don't know. But yeah, one thing. Okay, yeah, I'm almost getting to a half hour here. So yeah, one thing also. So yeah, that's basically that. And one thing I wanted to show you guys too. Something that I've been taking every day. Don't know if it really helps. I mean, I'm trying everything I possibly can right now. So it's all trial and error, and if it works, something works and it works. I guess there's really no way of telling if it's just this or coincidental, but I've been taking these vitamins. I can't swallow pills like at all. So I got these Ocuvite, Bausch and Lomb eye gummies with lutein and whatever this other word is, zeaxanthin. I also bought these, just pretty much the same thing, but these are pills, and I can't swallow them really. They're technically easy swallow capsules. But I still I choked on a pill before, so like I have crazy anxiety. It looks kind of big on camera, but it's really not like that bad. But these also have fish oil in it, so like I've been doing fish oil here and there, but supposedly like fish oil is a blood thinner, so I'm kind of like weird about it. I don't want to take too much and then like cause more bleeds, but then again, omega-3s are like, I guess good for your eyes or retina health or something, so these have a little bit of omega-3s in it. These don't, but I usually take these and then a little bit of fish oil or something. Also, I've been experimenting with CBD. I don't know much about it, and I know it's kind of like, there's a lot of information out there, and some studies maybe are still undergo, and I really don't know, but I've been taking some CBD before bed, just because supposedly it's got like tons of antioxidants in it and like a lot of neuroprotectant properties. So supposedly they use it for like glaucoma, maybe to lower eye pressure. I don't really know. Again, it's just one of those things that I just if you're interested, do your own research. Because I can't say it works or it doesn't work. It's just again one of those things that can't really hurt. It's not going to hurt you by taking it. If anything, it'll maybe just help or something. Maybe kind of slow the progression. That's pretty much the big thing. And then also, I wanted to show you guys these because I thought they were pretty cool. So, with macular degeneration, you can still wear contacts and everything, which I do have a pair of contacts or pairs of contacts, but I haven't worn contacts in over a year, even before all this happened, just because they were, I've been wearing them since 6th grade, and my eyes got super dry, and I'm sick of wearing them, so basically I've just been wearing glasses, and I can't wear my fancy Oakleys anymore, so basically I went out and I bought these bad boys, called Cocoons, and they literally fit right over. So, now, I'm 26 years old. They kind of look a little big and bulky, but to be honest, they kind of work, and they're $44.99, I believe, $45.99. I bought it in store. If you go on their website, type in your zip code, it'll tell you where the dealers are near you, so you don't have to order them online, so you can actually go and physically try them on, which is what I did, and like I said, $45, and they fit right over your glasses, which is pretty neat. So I don't know if that's gonna work. I was trying to kind of show you the like the tint they have to them. So it's kind of, yeah, I mean, they work. I mean, they're just, honestly, they're polarized, they're regular sunglasses, but they fit right over glasses. So, Cocoons, in case you guys are curious. I know a lot of people in the groups are asking about those and stuff. So, from my experience, they do work. For some reason, I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's just because they're very, very clear. Like, it's kind of like got like a slightly yellowish tint to them in a way, and it almost like kind of hurts my eyes sometimes, but I don't know. Oh, another thing too, speaking of that, even with the sunglasses, so this is something too I've noticed when I do go out in the sun for X amount of time, when I come back in for about an hour or two, the spots in my eyes are extremely noticeable. Kind of like when you go to the eye doctor and he shines the light in your eye and it leaves an impression for like a couple minutes. That's pretty much what happens when I go out in the sun. So if you're experiencing that, it is normal. I've done some research and talked to a couple people who've had similar situations, and I guess it goes away, and it's just one of those things that happens. Also, I've been having like ocular migraines like here and there. Knock on wood, I haven't had any really today. They kind of come and go in like waves, and normally they don't last super long, but they could last for a couple minutes and then go away, and then a couple minutes later come back. Like, it's just, there's so many factors that can cause them. One thing that I've been lacking is just hydration. I haven't been hydrating and eating well. Or eating much, I should say. So I've been drinking a lot of Gatorade, and if you're low on electrolytes, it could cause ocular migraines as well, or just regular migraines. So I've been drinking like Gatorade, which I hate Gatorade, but it seems to be kind of helping. So maybe it's just dehydration. But if you do have similar situations, or if you do have ocular migraines, you could try that out. Also, someone recommended to take ibuprofen when it happens, drink water, and then eat a piece of cheese. Don't know the theory behind that, but maybe, I haven't tried it yet, but I guess that might work. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you here. I guess I kind of wanted to just do a quick little stream here to show you guys what's been going on. I see that there's been some activity on my page, so thank you everyone who has subscribed or commented or liked the videos. If you do like these, and you do, obviously, well, I guess regardless of whether you want to see more or not, I'm still going to do these videos. But if you do like these videos, definitely make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to stay updated or stay up to date, make sure you subscribe. So yeah, and then like I said, if you guys have any questions, regarding eye stuff or whatever, just let me know in the comments below. I always have my phone on me. I'm always checking stuff. So yeah, I respond. If you have any concerns or anything, just we can chat. It's a tough thing, but we'll all make it through it. So yeah, that's all I got. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys next time. So I'll probably stream well, I got an appointment Monday, so I'll probably stream Monday after my appointment, maybe, or during it. Well, not during it, but you know what I mean. Oh, that's right, because I can't stream from my phone anymore, so, because of YouTube's policy. So anyways, peace. See you guys.